Hello everyone, my name is Maria and welcome to the channel. Today we continue playing Not for Broadcast, a game about politics, journalism, mass media and censorship. It's day 371, the 20-week war.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here. Hope all's well with the family. Just a heads up, we're expecting those troublemakers at Disrupt to attempt to hack the channel during the broadcast, so keep an eye on the interference screen and stay out of the orange. Let's keep the news on the air. It's important, now more than ever.
Got it.
So, Julia's team have asked me to ask you to keep it light.
Well, what does that mean?
It means do that thing you do where you turn politicians into humans. Just don't get drawn into talking about the war or politics in general, really.
They do know this is the news, don't they?
You didn't hear this from me, but...
Oh.
Apparently, there's a crew at Team HQ right now. I think she's giving a speech or something tonight. They'll get it on the late news.
Oh, great. So they get the brains and we get the performing monkey.
Sometimes you sound just like him, you know?
How are you?
It is what it is.
They're clearly talking about Jeremy and what happened. I hope he's alive, but Megan is behaving quite differently. She's not so pro-advance anymore,
5,
it looks like.
4, 3.
Good evening. This is the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolfe. It's the 140th day of war. Our main headlines tonight. Company of heroes. Skirmishes on land and sea again today as our armed forces tested the mettle of the World Council's illegal blockade. Advance's strategy of multiple small-scale incursions into the disputed zone is certainly keeping the enemy on high alert, unable to work out where or when the next strike will come. Sadly, however, more casualties were reported today, and as the weeks and months of this war make ever more demands on our armed services, those numbers will, tragically, only continue to rise. Don't starve. Advance's food programme moved from strength to strength today as rationing depots were opened in the last remaining unfed areas of the territory. The rationing depots have been constructed in record time.
I want to lower Advance's popularity a little bit, but I still need to be good with Bozeman because we need the money.
Rise in mental and physical health issues since the imposition of the blockade, critics have questioned whether those smaller communities which are only now starting to receive help could have been better and quicker served. 7 days to die. The recent decision to allow those with long-term health conditions to access transition centres has today been declared an overwhelming success. Previously available only to those in their final years.
That also makes sense because, you know, they don't get medical supplies because of sanctions. So what else to do with people, right?
Supplies leaving many of our most vulnerable facing chronic pain, it can come as no surprise that the transition centres have found themselves stretched to capacity. Populace. More than 11% of the population have thus far failed to register for a team membership card, a worrying statistic given that the cards are a legal requirement from midnight tonight. While applications are still open for those who like to run fashionably late, they can expect a few tricky questions from Advance. Start me up. Disrupt spokesman Alan James held an impromptu rally today in the northern city of Mankipool. Large crowds gathered to hear the band speaker prove Disrupt are still able to capture the public's imagination. A representative from the Mankipool Community Cohesion Team described the event as mostly peaceful, but it looks like Disrupt aren't going quietly into the night. And finally tonight, our mutual friend. Bail was denied in the High Court today for shamed former National Nightly News anchor Jeremy Donaldson. The presenter will be transferred to new lodgings at Penton Ridge Prison.
I don't understand which one is better.
Trial, which is still 18 months away, begin. Following his very public breakdown on this programme 10 weeks ago, the once-loved presenter was disarmed and taken into custody by the Community Cohesion Team. Let's hope doctors can help the once great man. But first this evening, with the war about to enter its 21st punishing week and people hurting up and down the country, I'll be grilling unpredictable Prime Minister Peter Clement in an exclusive interview from his home in Lancashire. That's coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Alright, something is going on and we can see that the war is in this world is going on, and other countries are not pleased with this one. I wonder what's going to happen next, but I really don't like this. And we need to listen what they're talking about. I hope I won't forget.
In part 2, I'm a little overexcited to announce I'll be interviewing the one and only Lil C. And later we've got a new feature that's sure to keep you coming back for more. But first tonight, let's check in with Prime Minister Peter Clement, who's speaking to us from his home in Lanfordshire. Good evening, Prime Minister. Have we caught you exercising?
Oh, have we started? Yes, that's right, Miss Wolf. Just a few minor adjustments. I mean, nothing drastic. I haven't joined the gym or anything. As my old mum used to say, just because she won't take it up the shit, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try for a quick fiddle up the car park.
Language, Prime Minister.
What? Quick fiddle? What's wrong? Oh, shitter. It's shitter, isn't it? Yep, that's the one.
And can you tell us what brought about this new you?
Oh.
Today, I spoke to the people of Manklypool, and when I was finished, I stuck around. And I did something I would never have done in my old life. I listened. I listened to June.
I were a bit wheezy from all the cigars and all that. And Mrs. C turns to me after the signal dropped away, and she were in floods of tears. And she says, PC, she said, I couldn't go on without you. She said,
Prevent some of that disruption again out. Try not to do that, Alex. We're watching you.
I have stopped smoking cigars. Except for Christmas. My birthday. Weddings. State dinners. As well as that, I got this useless running back which doesn't go anywhere. And apparently I'm going on a walking holiday this Christmas, and that should finish me off for bloody good.
Did you make the decision to holiday within the country this winter because of the blockade, Prime Minister?
Well, Mrs. C has never liked travelling at the best of times. These are certainly not the best of times, on that we can all agree. There's a lot of red tape involved in leaving the territories at the moment, as I'm sure you're all aware. Some of those forms are bastard long.
All in it together.
What? All in it together! Oh, yeah. Also,
so we can see that his speech is clearly prepared.
Very advanced to be going abroad when the rest of the country is grounded.
And yet, Julia Salisbury announced today that she'll be visiting Svenland during this year's winter break. Is that really an example of team spirit?
What?
He clearly had no idea.
Scale?
No one tells me anything, Peter. You should know that. Why don't you know?
Well, leaving that for a moment, it says on this card that a body like yours must take some planning to achieve. What's your morning routine?
To be put on trial, and for what? Waving a gun around he clearly had no intention of ever using. That Jeremy Donaldson had a very public breakdown.
Oh no,
a rigid and demanding plan that my doctor and personal trainer
Who's your personal trainer?
Some prick called Clark. Is that on your card?
I thought you might wonder. Prime Minister, speaking of planning, with the blockade in its 20th week and the people of this country reeling from its effects, what plans do you have to get us out of this mess?
Well, that's a very blunt question.
It
Only
is.
one for which you, the democratically elected Prime Minister, must have an answer.
Don't you get smart with me, Pat. I was a fucking national treasure before you were a twinkle in the milkman's scrotum. You want to talk about plans? Let me tell you about plans. That's all we do. Fucking plans and revised plans and then meetings to discuss the implementation of plans and plans and yet more planning for fucking plans and yet more fucking plans.
Well, that's good. That's good to know, Prime
Do you
Minister.
know, I used to really like you, Pat. You were a breath of fresh air. But I've been watching you, and you know what? You get more like him every day.
I will take that as a compliment.
As you should.
Prime Minister, later on this evening, your co-leader, Julia Salisbury, is going to give a national address from team headquarters. Can you give us a hint of what she's going to say?
Again, he has no idea.
Well, I imagine that there will be
you
the
imagine?
usual No, what I mean is...
You do know about this broadcast, don't you, Prime Minister?
Well, I'm sure I did. But Julia and I have no secrets from each other. We don't memorise each other's bloody diaries either. As my old mum used to say, if you wanted to get a job done quick, don't get bogged down in the pubes. What else you got?
Sorry?
Only cards, what else? A little piece of my life do you want to rustle through? Get out, refill my glass. Come on. Come on.
Okay. What music do you listen to when you work out?
Well, Gail tells me that I work out to Little C, but I have absolutely no fucking idea who that is. And do you think the C stands for...
It stands for collaborative, Prime Minister.
Yeah, actually, that does make more sense, actually.
How's rationing affecting you?
It's hard, but we get by. You just have to learn to get
He's
by. He's
definitely not okay. Something is going on with him.
I've got Mrs. C and many a fine single malt. I want for nothing. Except for a decent night's sleep, of course.
So he doesn't sleep.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining us. When we come back, it's
Feeling
time for
guilty
the
about
Hot Spot with
anything?
Lil C and a world premiere performance of her new song. I genuinely can't wait to hear that.
What
We'll
is
be
he
back
saying?
after this. 1 minute back, everybody.
Oh, I forgot.
And that is what happens.
Bog water!
I don't think anyone's supposed to know. When you mentioned it, Bozeman's face turned a colour that I think you call embolism.
Am I in trouble?
Bozeman? Nah, you're like the daughter he never had. Suppose the higher-ups might fire him, though.
Who's Lil C?
Or if there's any justice, me.
Who's Lil C?
Are you winding me up?
What? I'm civilised. I read books.
All right. A lot of things are going on. Segment grade A. That's good because I was a little bit worried about it. I didn't manage to do some things, but I think it's all right. You can cheat on your wife? What?
Mixing desk. You'll need the new buttons during the next sections. First, we'll need applause when the guest enters and before her song. Don't worry, I'll walk you through it when we get there.
What is this? Oh my. This is so strange. Okay. Kind of fun. Chlamydia. So this company is like really cheap, right?
Oh, she's big, really big.
Really? Yeah. She any good?
Nah, of course not. She dog shit. Oh. But kids go mad for her, absolutely mad.
Live in 10 seconds.
Hang on, Colin, you've got kids.
Yeah, I've got about 6 or 7, I think.
What?
5, 4, 3.
Thanks for coming back. Later, we have an exciting new feature that we just know you're going to love, so stay tuned for that. But first, I'm really excited for our next guest. She rose to prominence as the delightful Susie May in All My Daughter's Children's Men, before taking the music industry by storm this year with her debut album smashing the chart records at the age of just 20. Let's give it up and welcome Lil C!
That's the start. Excellent work.
May I just say, you look incredible.
Oh, thanks, babe. I'm doing this new regime and it really does work.
Ooh, what's the regime?
And my manager suggested it to me. It basically involves bathing in like cabbage water and then having the leaves sucked out of you while you sleep.
Wow, is that healthy?
Oh, well, look at me, Meg. The leaves are my only nourishment.
Yep, they certainly are. Now, you'll have to forgive me, but I'm somewhat of a super fan, so I'm sorry if I get a bit starstruck.
Oh, bless you. I've never actually heard of you before, so if you do get a little tongue-tied, I can always carry the interview.
Oh, that's good to know. So your first album, F My Face Together, it hit shelves this summer and it just exploded. I mean, what was that like for you?
Bonkers, just so weird. I was in all the papers and the magazines. Overnight, I went from that like annoying little girl from that show to that like sexy little girl from that show.
Wow, that must have been bizarre.
Not really, it was just like any other morning. You know, get up at 5, go on a 4-mile run, have 3 meetings on my cabbage bath, but then only then was my dad actually talking to me.
Oh, of course. I mean, the famed country singer, Billy Bob Jean Short. I didn't know you'd been estranged.
There's nothing that strange about it, Megan. Okay, yeah, so he may believe that aliens told him to hate women, but there really isn't anything to prove that he's wrong.
Uh-huh. So, this newfound explosion to your popularity, I mean, did that change your life?
Well, I had to start wearing like nice underwear, you know, for the paparazzi. But as the manager says, best to make the most of it before I'm 30.
Is that right? So what's the album about?
So I thought it was about like how pretty and great I am, but actually it's about monetizing youth, I think, or about like promoting an unrealistic standard of beauty or something.
Your manager again.
Yeah, he says insecurity is an opportunity.
Oh, do you think he'd be happy with you telling us all this?
Telling you all what? It really doesn't matter what I say here. I'll do my dancing and then this part will all be forgotten about.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, we're going to see some of those famous dance moves very shortly because you're going to be performing your new single, aren't you?
Yep, it's from my album Put It In My A Together and it's out. Put It In My A Together and it's out.
My friend let her 13-year-old son join the Go-Getters. He's occupied now.
Oh.
Busy, even. His room's never been tidier. But he keeps notebooks he won't let her read. And sometimes she catches him staring at her. And last week, she found him searching through her papers. When confronted, he always had a plausible answer, a good answer. But somehow it's too good. Like it's been prepared in advance.
Right, let's go back.
It's tough and I hate it sometimes and I hate myself. I just want to like cry into a bath of root veg. But then I think thousands of girls would do anything to be me, so I must be quite lucky.
Well, you know you don't have to do this though, don't you?
Yeah, I do think that sometimes. Most nights between like my 4th vodka and the 8th time a stranger slaps me around the arse. I think things could have been different, you know, like better.
What?
But I don't know. I love doing autographs and having somebody dress me and tell me what to wear.
Did you always want to do music?
Well, ever since I was a little girl, I did. I'd sit in front of the radio, and as soon as my favourite girl group would come on, I pressed record.
To be honest, it's kind of difficult when something is happening here and then changing the cameras.
Sorry, is your dad your manager?
Yeah, which can be tough. And sometimes when it gets really hard, he'll say, "Make Quagler proud and you might just survive childbirth."
Well, you know what, despite anything, you'll make me proud.
Oh, if only your opinion was as valuable as his.
And on that problematic note, you're going to be singing your song for us soon, aren't you? Tell me about it,
So it's called These Babies Gonna Bring You Home, and I actually got sent the lyrics in the car on the way up here. But you know what, it's actually all right. And don't worry, all my work is team approved.
All right then, well, you can go and get ready for that. We'll see you in a little bit. It was a very specific type of pleasure to chat to her, and I just can't wait to hear this. Oh, so here's Lil C with an exclusive first performance of her new track, These Babies Gonna Bring You Home. Take it away.
Wonderful.
It's the Force's favorite, the Queen of Team, here to break in your blockades, Lil C.
Oh baby, can't you see I'm hungry? There's a place in me that's empty. I want that meat you're packing, only you can fill that crack in me. I'm under siege, so come and free me. Ain't no disruption here, boy, I got no agenda. Just want the team and me, no dirty foreign member. Don't stop the morning drill, there's holes in me that ain't been filled yet. I only scream this loud when you do your country proud. I ain't no Vickers, but I come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pull me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So let them try and break our dream. We fight and love and die a team. So what a Peter Clement's boys can come and use me as a toy. I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions. I've been this wild and free since there's no one judging me if I'm the one that's in your fantasy. Don't die alone, this baby's gonna bring you home. I ain't no vicar's daughter, come and skirmish on my border. Quick before I get much older, tie me down and pour me like an enemy soldier. An enemy soldier. So what if Peter Clement's boys can come and use me as a toy and flip me over, grab my hair, rip off my clothes and dump them there? I wanna see some action, so come and break my sanctions.
Sexualizing war, what could be wrong with that?
Well, if that doesn't distract you from the world outside, I don't know what will. I'd like to thank Lil C for doing that. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll finally be revealing the new segment of our show that we just know you're going to love. We'll be back right after this.
And we're out.
Can I just say, thank you so much for letting me do this. It really means a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
To be able to promote myself on such a mainstream platform like the news.
Well, don't worry about it. And you know what? Good luck for the future. Take care of yourself. This industry can be crazy sometimes. Watch out for that father of yours, won't you?
Oh, no. I manage myself. It's just, you know, for the public to have that certain perspective of me. You know what it's like.
Oh, right.
And Michael! Michael?
What about Billy Bob Jeanshaw? Is he?
Oh, my dad! He's such a sweetheart. We both had the same agents, you know, like it just made sense. Both of us for our image together.
Wow.
And Michael, I want to see the revenue share for the clothing line and get me a G&T before my meeting with the lube guys. If they say for your pleasure, I'm going to stop needing it.
We can see that she's much smarter than she appears.
Do I look like the sort of person who can things? No, not
I don't
anymore.
want to make Bozeman mad, but maybe I will choose the wrong ones sometimes.
Flowers until it feels like 12. Got it?
Absolutely, right away. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Thanks for joining us for part 3. We've been teasing you about our new feature all night, and now the wait is finally over. I can reveal that every night on the show, we'll be treated to an episode of an informative and hilarious new segment called the Noticeboard. It stars some top talent, and we're very excited about it. But before we see it, let's have a quick chat with the writer, director, and phenomenon, may I say, Geoff Algebra, guys.
Actually, I've dropped the algebra. I go by Geoff DePoon now. How'd you like that?
Well, yeah, very fancy. I suppose you need a new name now that you're a successful artiste.
Well, exactly. I'm earning enough to pay taxes now.
Oh.
It's shit.
And how does Angela feel about all this?
Who?
Your wife.
Oh, God, no. No, she's long gone. No, she was holding me back. I'm with Norm now. We were married last month.
Norm de Plume.
Yeah.
And why did you write this? What was your inspiration?
Oh, well, I received a telephone call offering me 25 grand to write a pro-team sitcom. And I heard my father's voice. It said, Geoff, you listen here, boy. You make hay while the sun shines. You wring every penny you can get out of this. So I wheeled him down to the transition centre, got out my typewriter and started clacking.
Yeah, we can see how people use transition centers now.
Without further ado, let's give it up.
For the Noticeboard. It hasn't started yet.
Sorry, boss.
That's much better. Keep going like that and you'll do fine.
Thank you.
Good morning, Miss Craven.
Oh, morning, Ray.
Everything all right, Mrs. Craven? You look as worried as the vicar in closing time.
Oh, Ray, it's those young louts. They've vandalised my shop again.
No!
Yes! They've written all sorts of obscene language and crude pictures, and I know it's those damn youths.
I don't know. It could be the vicar at closing time.
I'm just worried they won't ever become productive members of the community. What if they never see the error of their ways and end up as social outcasts, such as shoplifters or bong rats?
Don't worry, Mrs. Craven. This is a very supportive community, and I'm sure that in time they will fit into this society like this key into this lock. See? Works like a charm.
What a lovely way to put it, Ray. And just like that, we can unlock their future.
Yes, yes. Wow! Look at all the letters in my collection today.
Oh, I think that one's addressed to me.
What? This one? Oh, so you're right.
There are some technical difficulties, as we can see.
Here it is.
Wait, is he stuck?
It's a
Oh my God.
My granddaughter, Brenda. She says she got an A on her maths exam because one of her friends has been helping her. She was always a team player, was our Brenda.
What's up, losers?
Oh, no! It's Brad. He's the coolest guy in the village.
That's right. I just got here on my motorbike.
Oh, clear off, Brad. We don't want any of your ilk around here.
What? Rad dudes?
No, ruffians. Have you come to tag the notice board with your gang signs?
No way. I've actually come to pin my resume on that notice board. I'm looking to do some tutoring after school.
What? Did you say tutoring?
That's right. Maths is very important.
Oh, so he remembers about math.
Not at all.
So you, a young person, have been spending your time helping others and not just urinating on church.
This is such a strange segment.
Hey,
I know why it's here, like for advanced propaganda, but it's kind of a little bit too long.
We misjudged you.
Like, it's not very entertaining to watch this.
You are, and not on your actions.
No doy.
So it wasn't you who vandalized my shop last night?
I think this is their attempt to bring more young people to
No way.
advance.
It can't have been me. I was too busy helping my friend Brenda with her maths homework.
Could you speak up there? I thought for a minute there that you said Brenda.
I did, you daft old sow.
Did you hear that, Ray?
Oh, yes, what a wonderful surprise. I now respect you as a man.
Put her there, Ray. Oh, what the heck?
What's happening? I can't turn. That does not sound good at all. The lights are out. This is scary.
Sorry to interrupt the first groundbreaking episode of the Noticeboard, but we're receiving some breaking news.
Yeah?
I'm being told we're picking up reports from across the continent of what appear to be nuclear explosions in 4 major foreign cities. Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions. I'm being told that we're experiencing some power fluctuations as a result, so apologies to any interruption to the broadcast for you at home. And now I am told that we are going live to team headquarters for an emergency broadcast from Prime Minister Julia Salisbury at any moment.
She did it,
let's
right?
go to that now.
Good evening, citizens and leaders of the world. Minutes ago, operatives working for Advance detonated nuclear explosives simultaneously in 4 major cities across the continent. We have similar devices in 58 other urban centres and will not hesitate to detonate them.
We are hearing stories of power fluctuations and what could be minor earthquakes
I don't think
throughout
he knows.
the continent.
No longer tolerate your illegal and genocidal blockade. You are to remove it immediately. We will accept nothing less than your unconditional surrender. Your territories will be taken under our control. We will install replacement governments to ensure that your citizens become part of the new future. Your borders are now our borders. Your people are our people. They will finally be fed and clothed and educated and healed.
It's not her decision to make.
But for your privileged few, the moment that they feared is now upon them. Allow me to be crystal clear. If you fire a single shot at our territory or harm a single one of our citizens, we will not hesitate to detonate further devices. You will not find them, though no doubt you are already searching for them. Our technology is decades ahead of yours. We will expect your complete acceptance of our terms by midnight tonight. Thank you.
Well, okay, so there you have it. Advance making a brave move that looks likely to end the war.
Brave move.
Its 20th week. There's a lot to take in here, and I know you, like me, will be wondering if this is too much. If we've gone too far. But I'm thinking of our sick and ill, denied their medicines, the children with no food on their plates, and the body bags returning from the front line. And I ask myself if without some big, bold gesture it would ever stop, and I do not think it ever would. We elected Advance to make this country better for us all, and it was working. But then the rest of the world looked at us and they said this cannot be seen to succeed. And they brought their warships and their tanks and their planes just to make sure that we were instead seen to suffer, to make sure no one anywhere would ever attempt this again. So, to my mind, our government have taken the only path available to them. A difficult decision for their hearts to bear, but one that ultimately we can respect because it is designed to keep us safe. And while this is unquestionably a dark night, It may indeed presage the dawn of a new future. My name's Megan Wolfe. Let's make tomorrow better.
And we're out.
Do you ever get the feeling that you're making history?
All right. There are a couple of things I want to say here. I will not discuss, let's say, real life politics in this regard. I will say two things. The first one is that when I played this game for the first time, I got a completely different Megan's reaction. She was not supportive at all, let's say. And the second thing is that I completely disagree with what she just said. I will not go into specifics, why, and so on. It's just my personal opinion. And let's continue. A+, A+. Wonderful. It means we are getting a generous bonus, right? Amazing. Technically not negative. That is perfect. Let's continue. Advance up. Disrupt up. Why advance up? I did not support them in any way this time. Disrupt hacks. Let's see what they were talking about.
Today, I spoke to the people of Manklypool, and when I was finished, I stuck around. And I did something I would never have done in my old life.
Yeah, that we heard.
Security for her and her family for the first time in her life. She finds also, for the first time, that she can no longer sleep peacefully at night. I listened to Clive, who is preoccupied by the worry of being a burden on his children, and counting the days until they sit him down and tell him he is exactly that. I listened to Anna, who spends her lunchtimes in the school cafeteria eating alone, because she is the only girl in her class who isn't a go-getter. They have never met, these three, and they are of different ages and social backgrounds, but they share a common experience. They share a nagging feeling that there is something deeply wrong in our utopia, and I share that feeling. And maybe you do too. In the days and weeks ahead, I will be speaking throughout the country.
All right, got it. These are, important messages. Go-getters, our son's extra activity.
My friend let her 13-year-old son join the Go-Getters.
Yeah, we heard that. Anything else? Yeah.
Last week, she found him searching through her papers. When confronted, he always had a plausible answer, a good answer. But somehow it's too good. Like it's been prepared in advance.
Good phrase.
Or possibly by them. We want to know what the news will know.
They shouldn't have added or possibly by them because it was already really well written.
Longer tell us. And when we find out, we will tell you. We will hack into
we know what this is about. I don't think they knew about, this attack. So I don't expect to hear anything interesting, to be honest.
We are hearing stories of
power fluctuations and let's just quickly check.
Throughout the continent. Stand by. Slava. All our equipment seems to be resetting.
Wait, what cities?
Slava. All our equipment seems to be resetting. Can we get this confirmed? Can we get this verified? I need this.
So, okay, here he just tries to figure out what happened. Do we have anything here? Yeah, I wanted to see what this one was about.
Basics. So where on earth are you supposed to go for the other essentials? The things that make life worth living.
I positively loathe these sanctions, Jane. I can't remember the last time we boiled a duck à l'orange.
I concur absolutely, Brian. There's barely enough milk to undermine the tea.
George, from the club, he thought he had a chance as an avocado last Tuesday. He's dead now.
Oh, Brian, woe is me. How did we ever fall so low?
One is certain a preferable way exists.
And you'd be right. We've had our biggest and best brains working on this for months, and we've got you covered with the Remington's Fist Siege Survival Box. Inside every blockade-busting box, you'll find the things you really missed. A red wine where you can hardly taste the chemicals.
You can hardly taste the chemicals.
Some rare meat we grew in our production laboratory. Chocolate so salty, you'd believe it came from Svenland.
Alright, she's poisoning people. Let's see what else we have. I wanted to see something from the Rushes. Let me find it.
But first this evening, with the war about unpredictable. Tonight's news.
Why is it so hard to turn the fucking wheel?
Go! Back in the box. What do you mean?
Bags, brakes, and foot.
Are you joking? They write the questions now too.
It's wartime, they've got greater power, you know that.
Besides what?
Well, is he? I don't think it's anything more sinister than that.
Yeah, but you're infinitely trusting.
I am undauntable, impervious to daunts, whatever they may be. 10 seconds.
Well, I'm not sticking to these, but I'll play nice if he will.
I can live with that. Going in 5.
Alright, we heard this, and now I want to hear what Peter was saying, because I couldn't, listen to them both. Wait, where is the start?
Wales! Go! I think these bags, brakes, and fucked.
There's nothing wrong with the fucking bike.
Speak up, my deaf old ears can't hear you.
I said there's nothing wrong with the bike.
Well, could you get someone to look at it, please, before I look like a complete prick on the national nightly news?
There's no time. You're live in 30 seconds. Put your earpiece in, for fuck's sake!
Christ, it's like lose bloody thing. It's like losing my virginity all over again. Right, that's it. How long have we got?
10 seconds.
What?
Alright, I see now what's going on, and I wouldn't be surprised if he would be put in a transition center or something. I don't think we have anything else, so let's just continue. A proportionate response, day 371. That makes sense. The rest of your shift passes in a blur, with the same words going around and around in your head. Operatives working for advanced detonated nuclear explosives. Initial estimates put the death toll into the millions. Did this really just happen? You pull into the driveway with no memory of the journey home. The light in the front room is on. Clearly, someone else is still awake. The door creaks open into the living room, and you find Sam sitting on the sofa staring at the TV. The screen is off, and they're clearly lost in thought. You take a seat beside them and put a reassuring hand on their shoulder. They don't look at you, but they do reach up to take your hand in theirs. Now you're closer, you can see the tears streaming down Sam's face, much more clearly. Chris. Chris! Freaking Chris! She was abroad and she was in one of those cities. Oh no, poor Sam. I know, I'm so sorry, Sam. What the hell can we do? The bastards killed Chris and millions of others, all because of their fucking war, which we never asked for. Behind the tears you see a fire, raw fury you've never seen in Sam before. I hate them, Alex. I know you've always supported Advance, but after this, they're monsters. I need to know you understand that we're not going to help them anymore. Of course we're not. I don't think nothing can justify what they did, and anyone who tries is just as bad as they are. Relief spreads over Sam's face like a wave, and they collapse against you, clutching tightly. Clearly this was weighing heavily on them. You're not sure you've even processed it fully yet, but at least you'll get through it together. My wife is the most incredible human being in this world. Of course we are doing whatever she wants, however she wants it. What's next? Charlie? What is our son's name? Charlie? He's gonna be pissed. Oh, the last week has passed in a blur, a rush of things to do, but all immediately forgotten, your memory clouded by a dark fog. 9 days since the so-called Liberation Night and the beginning of Advance's new future. You weren't the first ones at the church today. You were staggered by the number of people who have come to mourn with you. Everyone here for the same reason, sharing the same pain, the same sense of loss. It's written all over their faces, much as it would be on yours. You step away from everyone else, needing space to gather your thoughts. The two siblings had always been close, and now Chris was just gone. You can only imagine what Sam was going through now. They've said little since that evening, clearly still in shock. And some small piece of you can't help but wonder, are you partly to blame? Not that you can change any of that now. All you can do is be there for Sam, and when you walk over and squeeze their hand, they squeeze tightly back. There hadn't been even a coffin to bury. Oh, what is that? It's like a year has passed, right? An academic exodus. It's a seemingly ordinary morning, but as you get into work, you find a small crowd gathered in the break room. When you go in to grab your first cup of tea of the day, you can't help but overhear some excited chatter. You didn't hear? Yeah, another one's gone missing. What's that bringing the total up now? Oh, I think it should be over 100 at this point. They won't all have been reported or noticed yet. Sorry, what's going on? An excited young woman turns to you and begins to explain. Another professor went missing from Queensview University with all the other disappearances over the last year. Scientists, doctors, researchers. She pauses before lowering her voice to a whisper. It's clearly disrupt targeting the people speaking out against them. I even heard Advances struggling to prevent further. A deep, familiar voice from behind you interrupts. What exactly is going on here? A silence overtakes the room as you all turn in unison towards the doorway. Bozeman clears his voice before continuing. I told you before, I don't want to hear about these so-called disappearances. Okay, according to his reaction, we can clearly see this is Advance's, work with these people, but why would they need scientists? Maybe there was some consequences of the explosions that they didn't anticipate, like destroying all the food or something like that. Come on now, people. Advance have been very clear that they're nothing to worry about. Which means they're not our problem. And unless they start classing cappuccinos as intellectual, I don't think anyone here has anything to worry about. Best get back to work. Bozeman holds up a hand to keep you, as everyone else flies out of the room. Look, between you and me, this leave it alone malarkey comes from on high. It's out of my hands. So I would appreciate it if you would refrain from talking about it further and make sure the news is in line with that school of thought. Yes? He gives you a pat on the arm and a smile before leaving to carry on with whatever it is he does during the workday. Public ownership is now in full swing. So everything is under control of Advance. We need to sleep. Disrupts ideas, but very, very carefully. Otherwise, they will just, get rid of us, I think. Whoa. Time flies. 850. A career in the making. Is it about Charlie? Of course, it's about this freaking little... You drum your fingers on the steering wheel impatiently as you wait for Charlie again. It's great he's enjoying the Cohesion Cadets and is so enthusiastic, but does he really need to stay behind every week to help? It's your Saturday evening too, after all. Finally, you see him exit the hall, a grin on his face. Okay, we did everything we could to establish good relationship with him, okay? So he better listen to us. You can't help but smile back, the frustration starting to fade as you see him so genuinely happy. After hugging his friends goodbye, Charlie heads over to the car and gets in, his face flushed with excitement. So how was you're interrupted as he can't contain himself. Guess what? What? You play along with a smile. So, obviously the Cohesion Cadets is a starting point for becoming a CCO, so we get a head start when applying for that. Charlie gushes, clearly keen on explaining his news, almost tripping over the words. Well, apparently from next year, the top 5% of cadets will be taken into a special program to become CCMs, Community Cohesion Managers. And guess who's gonna be in it? He beams at you. What the freaking... Yeah, I don't wanna swear. What cohesion managers? What will they do? That's great news, Charlie. We're so proud of you. I see. And what exactly do these community cohesion managers do? Oh well, basically they need a new liaison team between regular people and CCOs and the Betterment Department. And that'll be us. People come to us with concerns and we'll decide whether they need referrals, and if so, to which department. Cool, right? Oh my god, no! People are gonna just like... Oh no, they're gonna betray each other, they're gonna send for brainwashing and things like that. Betterment Department, yeah, of course. Oh my god. So you're gonna be helping people report on their friends and neighbors. I'm kinda scared, but I need to know what is... I hope he's not gonna be mad. But maybe we should congratulate him. Yeah, let's congratulate, and if he comes to us with something very, very immoral, he will listen to us, because I don't think he's gonna refuse this promotion. With a grin from ear to ear, he sits back in his seat. Yeah, I'm so glad I joined. I can't wait to tell everyone. You chuckle. I think a celebration is in order. How about we pick up some takeaway on the way home? Yes, Selco. And the rest of the car ride is spent with Charlie listening every takeaway he can think of. It's great to see him doing so well. No, it's not. Maybe he can like save Jeremy if he's sent there, or like someone else. Megan, I don't think they will send Megan there. A spark to light the flames. What is that? You are surprised to find Sam in bed next to you when you wake up. They must have gotten very last night from drinks with the folks from school. You decide to let them sleep in with the house quiet. Yeah. This is breaking news. Reports are coming from across the country that large swaths of farmland went up in flames last night as part of what authorities are calling a heinous and well-planned act of terrorism by the group known as Disrupt. I don't believe that. I don't. I think that because of explosions, food went bad and they decided to destroy it to kind of, cover it up. You drop your spoon back into the porridge and turn up your volume. By the way, I honestly don't know if I'm remembering things or if it's my honest theory, because I don't remember this part of the game very much. So let's continue. In addition of food stores, which government sources have said will put a strain on universal menu centers countrywide, a number of CCO... No. According to Prime Minister Julia Salisbury, specific prisons and re-education and betterment facilities were raided, and a small selection of problematic and potentially dangerous individuals were forcibly extracted from lawful custody. You hold your breath, waiting to hear if anyone got hurt. Unfortunately, it appears that the CCOs were ill-prepared for an event like this, and Disrupt seemed much more effective and well-organized. While most of the targeted locations were thankfully empty of people, administrative staff lost their lives as a result of Disrupt. A few Disrupt members were captured during the conflicts, but the vast majority seems to have evaded capture so far. More on the story as it develops. Charlie, is Charlie okay? Okay, Charlie is okay. You're interrupted by Charlie walking into the living room, bleary-eyed with a piece of toast. Anything interesting going on? He gestures to the TV. Mutually, you leave the news on as they cycle through the story again. Charlie watches it in hushed silence. By the end of broadcast, they're dubbing it Night of Fire. Everyone's going to be okay, right? Yeah, it's all going to be fine, but... I hope so, we'll have to see. Okay, he's fine. He's fine. That's good. That's good. I was worried. Oof. Okay. Maybe they got Jeremy out. Okay, this is the broadcast, so this is where we'll stop for today, and we will continue with it next time. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I wish you the most wonderful day. See you soon. Bye.